We're rolling.
I need to eat Ethiopian since everyone is saying what they're doing.
Okay. Nilikwambia the best Ethiopia, you get it where?
In Addis.
Haile Selassie Avenue. Anyway, guys, this is yet another episode of the Cyco podcast. This is episode number
7, 6, 7.
Episode number 7.
Oh,
yeah.
Kuna kama
Yeah,
list.
I need this.
Let me.
God. Finka niko kwa kamba.
Jerry, come on, Dad.
Because of my
outfit.
You guys are so mean. This is the Cyco podcast. This is episode number 7. 7 symbolizes completion.
So you done?
No.
All right.
It just means, should this be the end of season 1?
No.
7 episodes. That's a vala. The people want more
Favorite
Ben.
seasons these days have 10 episodes.
Okay,
Most.
so don't worry. This is like, which series has had up to
That's actually
25
not
minutes? Ile series ya madoctors
Friends.
inaitwaje?
ER.
Ile ya madoctors.
Grey's
Grey's Anatomy, yeah. So like season 25. Anyway, let's get to the topic. Today, first,
You're
how have you
prepared.
guys been? How have you guys been?
Fantastic, Ben.
You?
We want to thank God. We want to get into it.
How have you been?
Same thing.
You guys are so basic.
I'm just waiting for my birthday. I know last
It
time
is
I
your
said the same
birthday.
thing,
Your
but
birthday
You've been
is
saying
on
it
Saturday.
since June.
yes, yeah.
You want to say how
Since
old?
after you.
You want to say how old?
No.
Okay.
She's standing old enough to be seen a senior citizen.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true.
30 draws.
Karibuni sana. So in this episode, we're going to talk about a topic that I've been getting a lot of inquiries from on my DM.
That's what every
Wow, you're
YouTuber
part
says.
of that crew now.
Every YouTuber says,
Welcome, join the
I've
clan.
gotten so many
Come on.
questions. And it's only one person who's that.
No. It's actually a lot of people who've been asking me to talk about friendships, different angles of friendship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, in fact, I put out a PSA. These are some of the constant asked questions. So constantly.
Frequently asked questions.
You know, huyu nimekuachia. Kana huyu.
Ikidhia hii maodo maya mwena mo. Kwani mimi mnajua English kabisa. So these are some of the questions that were popping up. Toxic friendships, the value of the inner circle, accountability,
Come on.
accountability in friendship, jealousy in friendships, friendships that lead to romance, support from friends, smaller circles, the circles getting smaller as you grow older.
Yeah.
Another one is friendships that transitioned into romance.
I think you said
Are you
that.
guys ready?
Yeah.
We have a very long
Where do you want us to start?
First of all, I want to tell guys to subscribe. This is how we make money. Make sure you comment, leave a like, turn on the notification bell. Also, last time I got a lot of feedback with regards to guys were complaining I had so many chains. Walikuwa nasikia chains, walikuwa nasikia nini.
I don't think it
So
was
Leo-
as much as
Today-
stable sound.
Leo Wanjiru Njiru nikivaa hizo chains, she will choke me with it. This is the perfect opportunity to tag feeder.
No.
Haiwezi kuwa vida. What do you do?
No, and we also have Melvin
Don't
who is
tetea men.
helping.
They only tetea feeder. No, who teteas man?
Mawe.
Guys,
For it.
and we also have Melvin who's helping us with
Yeah, we also have Melvin in the background. Melvo is the guy. He's the producer. He's the guy. Yani, by the way, every time we don't do this with Melvin, things go south. Unaona ile time yenye unajifanya sasa nimekuwa dereva. Niwachieni hii basi. Unaingiza kwa mtaro kabisa. Basically,
That's how God feels.
I want to throw jab at the Kenyan government, but I mean, not shati wa down.
It's
But
true.
unajua kwa podcast zetu tunaweka tu kwa flash drive na kuletea kwenu tuwe bani wa online, no? So, where do we start, Nyash? You're the one who seemed so psyched up.
Where do you want us to?
Let me even start with a simple exercise. How many friends do you have?
Don't know, like physical. Like count them.
No, they want in the spirit. You can
know,
count
yeah,
angels
if you
also.
are the ancestors, you know, all these green checkers and
No,
all.
I don't know. I'd have to count them.
That's why he
Do
asked
you
how many.
wanna give like a rough estimate, like a range?
Okay. Inner circle, outer circle, what?
This one is general, inner and outer.
That's a very good point. But carry on.
Inner and outer.
Inner and outer, like, they're a lot. Because they're, like, I count people that we relate with, like even work friends, those are work friends.
50?
I think.
100?
I don't know. I've never counted them.
How many friends do you think you have?
Wanjiru has a very good metric for finding out how many friends you have. friends are different tiers, Ben.
Okay.
I have my very, very, very close friends.
Okay. So let's start then with the inner circle. How many friends do you have in the inner circle?
Maybe
1, 2. Hakuna wengine. Acha kudanganya hapa bwana.
6. 6.
6.
Oh, mwingine anadango.
Anadango
So
nini
you
nashika.
have 6 friends in your inner circle.
Those are like my closest friends.
Yeah. Closest friends.
Very close friends.
How many closest friends do you have? Comment down there. How many closest friends do you have in your inner circle?
Okay. Why don't you say while I count mine?
No, just count.
Because it's only one.
Enough time.
Yeah.
How many friends do you have in your inner circle?
Yours is me. If there's anyone else, no, I'm kidding.
We have to have a discussion about
I'm
it.
kidding. No, I'm kidding. You, Nyawira.
Oh.
There might be 10.
10.
Wow.
10, 6.
But where are the
Or
others?
less than that.
We only know each other.
do they know? Do they know
they know?
you're in a circle?
Yeah,
Who does
they
the folks
know.
them up with? You know, maybe even celebrities like
Kim Kardashian.
Beyonce.
Kim
They don't know.
Kim Kardashian.
No, I
Kim
think
Kardashian.
they know. Yours was 6.
Mine was
6. I think I'd say around 25.
Close friends.
Yeah.
In a circle.
It's not a lie.
No, actually, it could be true. Because you know what I was thinking about
Yeah.
is think about because I when Joy happened,
Yeah.
when we lost her, I guess then I began to see Ben's really, really closest friends.
There were many.
The people who showed. No, like there were the ones who just texted you and whatever, and they're still friends, yes. But they're the ones now who you could feel their impact.
Yeah.
So I would believe 25.
25. I think it's even more than.
I don't think so. I actually disagree.
Yes, and there are those guys who even get mad when I don't tell them. Like the other day I was talking to my friend Done. It's called Done, and then I'm telling him, hey bro, you know me, I quit my job. I'm doing this content thing. It's like, mbona hukuniambia? Like, okay, wife number 2.
But
so
actually, it's not a lie. Don't be that like the lover.
No. Done is just my good friend. Done is this friend who we went with high school together. We were in the same dorm, same class.
Matching tattoos.
No, not matching tattoos.
haircuts.
Best for the rest.
We even had a name. The Siang, the Nini. Then we went to campus together. We were living together throughout campus. So those are some of my close. And even the people that I lived with in campus, I would also count them as close friends. They're not in a circle yet, but they're very good friends. They're very good friends. But
kitu wanaweza fanya waingie.
kuna auditions bana. Kitu inakuwa cheap sana.
You don't tell me you have more than like 25 people in your...
I'd say that.
I don't think that's close friends.
I'd say, like, we're tight.
But you know, Ben has a different definition of close friend.
How do you define close friend?
Like, I think people that I can like literally call on you, and I feel like no judgment to be my true self.
Okay,
who I truly, and you know, who I truly am. I feel no judgment.
You? What do you define close friend?
The same.
People who are there. You can text and you don't no blue ticks when you send a message.
No, like people who I'm very, first of all, real with.
More than 25 people.
Yes, they're who I'm very close to. Real.
Wewe wacha Ben.
25 si ati ni wengi hivyo sana.
Hata wataji majina, so si lazima wapi.
Babe.
Hakuna mtu anajua.
Huoni mimi.
So to the actual number.
To be honest, it's around that number. That's not even a good.
Okay, fine. Let's give it. It's your story. It's your truth.
Yeah. So we've established the numbers.
I hear you.
The other one is, if your friends were to say something about you, what kind of a friend would they say you are? Give yourself a couple of traits.
Present.
Think about it. Nakuja hapo.
Hey, that's a hard one. But maybe present.
Yeah, I would say that.
Present. Loyal, yeah.
At what point do we get to say?
A cheerleader.
A cheerleader.
Like I'm an advocate for what you're doing.
Okay, that's true.
Also, they can also say things like she prays for us, she encourages us. You can say those things.
At what point do we get to say, like, if I have something to say about Nyawira?
No, I'll say
you can. It's an open podcast. This is.
I think Nyawira is a fixer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No, that's more romantic. More romantic.
No, I think it's important to have somebody in your circle who's a fixer. Nyawira is a person you can call. You're like,
my microwave is not even working.
No, I'm not saying like physical fixing things, but I'm saying like.
Yeah, I know. Like she knows.
She knows how to fix situations.
So what are your traits? What do you think people would say about you?
I think I'm supportive.
Completely.
Supportive.
We don't disagree.
I think I'm supportive. You said 2, right?
No. I didn't give a limit. I didn't give a limit. Paper 2.
Paper two ndio
Paper two ndio unaandikanga. Unaanzanga, as I woke up, I saw Vasco da Gama come.
I think I'm good energy.
But that's a treat. I don't know.
No, I whatever it is, I feel like
It's a work trait. This generation.
She's positive.
Like a half
she radiates
work
good
energy.
energy.
No, I
Have
feel
very
like
work energy.
She's the one with your heart.
I'm a good person to be around.
Yeah, it's
Good person. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say I'm supportive.
Can I say about Shiro? Because
Yeah.
I feel like there's a
Yeah.
if I don't
Unless
say
you
it,
could
be very,
Talk about fishing, eh?
I think for Shiro, she's very she's two things. One, a very good listener. She listens to your madness a lot. Well, not yours, but she listens to all our madness a lot.
Yeah.
And then also, I think she's very. I wouldn't say this to her face, so I'm gonna face the camera. I think she's very wise. She gives very good counsel.
She's
Yeah,
smart.
hey, you
She's
give
crazy
really
smart.
good counsel because you can also check people very well.
She's
Because I fear I don't check people.
No,
like
no,
I'm just
eh?
like a yes man.
Me.
Oh yeah.
Completely, yeah. That's
What else about Shiro? A good trait that I like about Shiro's friendship is that, and she does this with a lot of her friends, she has this gifting culture. And you know me, I mean, I love my homies, man. I love my friends.
It's 25 people.
Yeah.
Sasa si hiyo ndio shida sasa, hao mua give na messages, wajua.
Hakuna message.
Not a message. What? Ni mimi na wewe ni moko digiria ina podcast na yako amani. But Shiro is a gifter, and me, I'm not naturally like I even, you know, when people gift me, sometimes I'm like, wow, this is so thoughtful.
What
so
do I do with it?
I'm learning how to be a gifter like Shiro, and Shiro doesn't gift people cheap stuff. That's another thing that shocks me. You know, I'm like all this just for a birthday. So I think,
in fact, if
that's
she loves
good
you a
trait.
lot, she gives you a lot of her time, which is very rare.
People have been gifted in form of time. Then I give people gifts daily.
No,
I give people.
If she gives you an hour or more,
Yeah.
hey, you're very close to her heart.
Yeah.
You? How do you
For me,
describe
I'd
that?
say.
You haven't described Nyash.
Yeah, Nyash.
You have nothing else to say. That's why I said prayer. Supportive.
No, Nyash is extremely supportive, and the reason, part of the big, what people might not see behind the scenes is that the reason why we're also supporting her so much is because Nyash has been supporting us
Behind the scenes
crazy,
for a lot of,
crazy.
yeah.
She would come for the video shoots. She would organize interviews. She does the most, man. You know, so
Yeah.
I think that's a very good trait. So
Yeah.
supportive is really important. For me, I'd say, I think if people would say stuff about me, they'd say I'm supportive. I'm very supportive.
Actually, you are.
I'm very
You
supportive.
You are.
Like my homies, man, when they're having these comedy shows, I have a friend called Maina Mrumba. He's crazy. The funniest human being you guys will ever. He's crazy. He's funny. So there's the support.
Yeah, that Malala
that
joke
Malala joke was funny.
It was told
think,
6 years ago, so you can imagine how funny it
crazy.
is.
And I think what else would people say about me? It's supportive. I'm loyal. I'm very loyal to my friends. You know,
Yeah.
Day one,
Whether they're good or bad, you're loyal.
yeah, I'm loyal.
That we know.
And I also have different calibers. I mean, I have the you guys.
Inclusive.
I mean, very inclusive. Like I have, I still have
yeah.
very close friends even in the hood. Like nikienda huko lazima ndungie bro, masomo tutoka jo, come hivi, you know. There's that.
Makanga there, it's like Ben is like a person.
Because some of them we went to school with, you know. And another thing is that I think I'm also very entertaining to my friends.
Yeah. Hey,
It's the
that's
likes of
the
us.
one thing we keep you around for.
Yeah, that's all my friends. It's just for the life of it.
I think if I would say something about you, is that you're protective.
Yes.
Ben is very.
Yes.
I can't tell you the number of times he's almost gotten into physical altercations with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very protective.
You have nothing to say.
You
Nothing.
know,
You're nothing.
I have so many things to say, but I think for Ben, one is he pushes drive. If he sees something good in someone, he'll make sure it comes out.
Yeah.
Do it.
And he'll get
do
mad
it,
at you
if you don't
that
do
you're not-
it.
that
Yeah,
you're
and then
not
I
doing it.
feel like our friendship is at stake. I need to do it now.
You
Pressure.
gotta do it, man.
But also the thing I think about Ben is he's a committer. I don't know how to talk about it in your relationship because you can't say no.
It's friendship. It's
No,
friendship.
friendship
It's
wise,
friendship.
he's committed. Like if he's in your life, he'll be very present. I mean, horrific at phone calls, but his follow through is good when it's there.
I'm horrific at phone calls.
But also very, very entertaining. That one for sure.
Thanks, friends.
Oh,
That would be
and
friends.
very knowledgeable. Like the things he knows.
Thank you.
He knows. The things he doesn't, he lies, he knows.
So there's nothing that I don't know. So the thing is, what will people say about you from the comment section? this comment section is gonna be full at the end of
going
it.
to be
Another
full.
thing
Just
that
like
another thing that we saw, because there's somebody who sent me a DM and they said that they feel like sometimes my podcasts are all over the place. And so I had to like now structure.
Somebody?
It's not just somebody. I'm sure that was your Swilo account. By the way, hata alikuwa Mwembu. Kwa hiyo kadhaa or something. That was you.
Kata is Meru.
Kata is Meru.
Yeah.
So, but there are like only 2 Embu names, Njiru and Nyawira. There's no any other Embu name.
I will proceed.
Another thing that let's talk about the inner circle. And it's interesting. You guys have been shocked when I say I have 25 friends who are close. Has your inner circle been shrinking with time? Is it going like this or is it going like this?
In terms of numbers, I don't think it has changed. Maybe in terms of the people who are in it. And it's not because we had a big fallout. I've actually never had fallouts like with close friends.
Oh, that's another trait about Shiro. She's incapable of fighting.
Oh yeah,
Which she doesn't like confrontation.
No, I will do it with Ben, but that's where it ends.
Yeah,
like
it's true.
So I get all of your hits.
Beyond this relationship, I will not fight anyone. I will not do anything physical. I will not do anything verbal.
Yeah.
Are you saying
okay, not physical, but no.
Ben, blink twice for help. Blink twice.
Don't do it. No, but I think it's just the people who have changed, and it's because of things changing in our lives. Like we've all just gone separate paths, and so we've each drifted. Yeah.
So your circle has become smaller by the virtue of the path that
it's not the numbers that have changed.
Yeah.
It's the people.
It's the people. The people have changed.
Yeah,
Oh, the numbers are still the same.
It's more or less like it's not really. It's just the type of people, and it's because of the natural progression of
like
life.
the same number you have is the same number that you had at St. Anne's.
Inner circle.
Inner circle.
But she never really friends at the same time. She know who are your friends.
Tell us the Jojo.
Oh, she was in St. Anne's.
Yeah. Where were Jojo?
Jojo was at St. Anne's. Wow.
That's what we meant.
But I'm happy at least, I don't want to throw shade at St. Anne's.
Again.
Today I'm going to be very nice to them. I don't even want to throw shade. What about you, Nyash?
Has my inner circle changed?
Has your inner circle changed from as early as you can remember?
Yeah, it has changed.
Please do.
It's like renovation. It's like every 5 years you need a new look.
And you know what I've come to learn about friendship? Your inner circle, and like what Shiro said, it doesn't change in terms of number, but it changes because of the season and life you're in. So I've learned that there are people in my life now who are very close to me because of where I am also.
Yeah.
So it's not just situational, but they're friends now that you have to keep because I can't be with you, Ben, and I'm not talking about denim on denim, like this outfit.
I don't know what issue you have with this denim on denim.
Just like a ghost to take it to my feature. But like now our conversations are a bit different. We're talking about the future, talking about ownership. So with that, you realize your inner circle changes as you grow. As I've grown, in fact, that's the truth. As I've grown, I've learned that there are people I need to keep ridiculously close. Yeah. And there are people who I will keep at a social distance. Like I'll just be with you, but I won't necessarily bring you too close into my life because of where I am.
Especially if those friends do not evolve with.
That's the question that I want to say.
And and I will say this as truth, is that has hurt me because there are people I had kept in my life who didn't necessarily evolve at the same speed I did, and I expected them to be with me where I was, and we were not. And so that's feeling like it's hard. It's really hard.
But even for them, it was okay because
exactly
they did not move. Their speed was okay.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, you see why she's the peace deliverer.
Yeah.
I may neutralize your kid too.
It's just to say like
it's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem. The speed they were moving at.
Yeah, it's just that life pushes you sometimes.
Now, do you understand why why I push people to do the best that they can do of themselves?
They can be around you.
Yeah, because if you do not grow with the same speed as I'm doing, at some point we will just not
fall off.
Yeah, and it will be a natural death.
That's true.
Some of the things that really still excite you at that point, maybe they won't excite me anymore.
Yep.
And that's why I really try, and I'm normally so happy when I see a lot of my friends excelling, and they're making moves and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know now eventually we all have value, and that's when see what tunaelewana. So the smaller the inner circle keeps changing over time. I used to think when I was like a teenager, I used to think I'll still keep the same friends that I had from primary, and I'd feel guilty whenever one of them fell off. So let me look at another thing then.
How has it changed for you?
That thing for evolving is crazy, because now some of the things that I'd enjoy with a certain group of friends.
By the way, you guys, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Fever?
I'm fine. And you would be so paranoid. Every waking call, the guy is breathing.
Yeah, so even mine has changed because of the evolution. But those ones who are also evolving, like, funny enough, we end up meeting at different spaces. Like, you remember, I used to be friends with a homie of mine called Esimu Ikali in campus. Fast forward in future, she runs one of the spaces that we use to create content. You see, we almost at, everyone is growing, no one is lagging behind. So that's another one. Another things that guys wanted to talk about was jealousy in friendships. This is huge. It's not small. I've experienced it.
What about jealousy in friendships?
I'll start crying. But let me start like this. Jealousy in friendship. Oh my God.
Yeah, I really want to know what you have to say.
My mind. Oh yeah, the jealousy in friendships. It was a common question that was coming up, and I think that comes as a result of bad competition. Jealousy. So you start feeling like, why is this person moving at this speed and I'm not moving at this speed? It's the same thing as, the evolving thing. So, like you find, like, let's say you guys have started. So when we used to do music back then, let me give a personal example.
Are you still not doing music?
I'm still doing music. But like back then in music, tulikuanga like, we were a group of, we had like 4 groups of musicians, and when one group would drop a hotter song than the other, and then you guys are getting all the media hype and all that stuff, it would start rubbing off the other guys vibaya. You guys have never experienced it?
I don't think it's jealous. I don't know. I find that's a difficult thing to say.
I don't
jealousy.
think it's jealousy in as, for me, I look at it as comparison, and I don't know if you look at it as if it's, you could put it in the same category, but it's where you feel like, they're at this stage in their life, they're making this much in their life, or they're getting
please.
they're getting married, or I don't know if it's jealousy or it's just comparison. Like, okay, so what about me? I'm at this stage in my life. Am I doing the wrong thing, or am I at the wrong place?
Have you ever been in a situation where you had to compare, where you compared yourself?
I think comparison is very human nature, no?
It's inevitable to say.
But you see, it becomes toxic if it becomes cutthroat.
But what is cutthroat then?
Cutthroat is where you really want to be ahead of your friend as well.
So how does it manifest?
For example, okay, now let's do this.
Like, let's say me and Nyawira, right?
Like now,
Nyawira
has started her podcast. I'm already doing this podcast. So like, I imagine if I get to a point where I start feeling threatened by if people, let's say Nyawira starts getting more love than any of us even combined.
So how would that manifest itself for you?
Stop supporting.
You start giving,
like, Nyasha, you're not doing
Nyasha, you need to work on your accent.
And you hear the sound that
That's how that sound always sounds. Like critics always sound like, Nyash. Easy topics zako ni kama za geography.
If you ever leave a criticizing comment, that's how Ben reads.
That's how I always read it.
I'm just gonna say it.
So like, you see, if I start seeing her as a threat, then that starts affecting our friendship.
I think it's never gotten to a place where it's cutthroat for me.
Yeah.
And I thank God for that.
How does
I would never want to be such kind of
when are you dropping your book on self-actualization? And how
because I'm a figure.
Sensei teachers. Show us.
No, I think, but what I struggled with is comparison.
Okay. You used to have comparison.
Yeah. And I think it still manifests itself, but I think now I've realized how to tame it. And it's not really a friend problem, it's a me problem. Where I'm not, when I notice that I'm comparing myself, it's always that I am not content with where I am.
There you are.
And I am constantly desiring other people's success and whatever it is, that I do not look at my own. So it's
a you thing.
Yeah, I think for me it's a you thing, and you need to check yourself.
That's true.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
And that's why I'm saying I think it was important for me to also go through that competition phase, because once I got over it, like, I never compare myself.
You didn't know your own strength?
Now I know my strength, so I never compare. What is that?
Whipping.
Oh my God, you need to listen to more music, bro.
Is it gospel? Pastor is
please.
watching. so you never have you ever experienced that?
I wouldn't say jealousy. I think jealousy is such a dirty
No,
feeling.
it's not. I'm not saying even that you're the one who was jealous.
But have people around me who are jealous?
No, even have you heard of that experience?
I've
even
heard
from
about people
somewhere?
saying it.
Because what you're doing is that we are answering the person who had asked
Oh, okay. I've heard about it. I won't say it's new, but I would say I really like what Shiro said. Is that it's really you. If you're not secure in yourself, the people around you when they have manifest that jealousy, they boil in you. So don't be that person.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Check yourself
Before you
wreck yourself.
What about the other one for conflict? Like the friends that have fallen along the way. Do you have?
I never address it. Like, and maybe that's
like
a toxic trait that I have.
Like it's a silent thing. Like umenyamaza.
highly toxic.
Maybe it could be one of my toxic traits.
Yeah.
That,
Or you just leave.
like if we stop talking, it's just like
It's deuces. Have a good life.
It's because I have not gone into a place where I can have difficult conversations.
With people.
Yeah.
And you
I
don't
choose
enjoy
not
them
to.
naturally.
Yeah. No.
I think I'm like that as well. Like if
But in fact, people in your close
Friend-
friends, everybody's
No,
there
then
still,
you-
man.
then you have
Everybody's still there.
I have difficult conversations, but also when a friendship is dying, like I just let it die a natural death. No, I just support it. Yes.
What does that mean? A friendship is dying?
See, you can tell, like, maybe like you guys don't talk anymore, like the vibes don't, like you guys are totally on a different page. Like there's that.
But for me, what has happened, in as much as the people in my inner circle have changed, I think, and I thank God for this, God has consistently blessed me with mature friends, such that we have never had to cross. I think they understood and I understood where we were in life and how everything fell apart. And I thank God for that we were both. God has blessed me with mature friends. So it's
me, I'm very formal. Like, as we part ways well, I even send you a card and tell you the friendship was good and it lasted. God bless you in your new season. This was nice, all that stuff. Anyway, I don't do that. But
at all.
What I know,
he doesn't go to for himself.
I just like let it flow. Let life flow, whatever, how it's flowing. What about you?
I have a friend called Kez. Okay. And every year she sends her friends an evaluation form.
You have a friend called Kez?
Kez, yeah.
Have you ever met Kez? Then she does not have a friend.
No, I have. She's called Kez. She's from a different. She's a friend.
She's from a different
world.
A different tier.
Yeah.
See, something you can't have to people in your close friends.
Okay.
So what Kez does every year, she sends people an evaluation form. How has our friendship been this year? What has worked? What has not worked? Even the first time she told us, I thought, hey, chick, you're a bit much.
That's so funny.
But she told me something that was so, and I learned it. I saw it and I was like, maybe I should do this actually. When she does that with your friendship, she knows in the next year, if for you she wrote this year, you felt like, hey, Nyash, I began this, you didn't support me. Or Nyash, you've been too supportive and you've given me too much time and you've not done enough for yourself. That honest feedback it's genuine, because let me tell you the honest truth. I've also learned this as in it sounds
so funny in my head.
It's good for 25 people.
Because I'm just thinking of how there's like, you ask them questions and then everyone gets a
and
score.
It's an email.
And if you get below 50, we can no longer be friends. If you get 70 now, okay, now you are. If you get 80, you're now in the inner circle. Is that how it works?
No, it's not.
And then can you get 50% this year and then you work on yourself?
It's not a percentage.
It's a feedback form.
Yeah.
You see the time I tell you later, what do you like this year? What did you like this year?
If you're my friend and you're watching this, please just let me know. Have you been supporting me? Have I been supporting you? Are we growing? If you're not growing, I will also send you an email, man. So continue with this.
But why I'm saying it's important, what I learned was important was because she said every time she got that feedback, she knew how to better her friendship. Sometimes we think about it, but even in your relationship, and I could speak for mine, I usually ask, whether are you happy? Are you enjoying our relationship? And it's casual conversation, but for her, what she does is she makes it so intentional. So that at no given point, one of her friends feels like she's being given less attention. Or in that year, maybe they drifted and they want to know why. So it's a form of closure. And even in fact, I'm Jewy, December 31st this year, in your emails, evaluation for this year, how has it been?
Yes, will not feel.
Then, because she don't even send me when side note she's been feeling the whole year.
Me, I'm a changed person. Me, natuma hadi graphs, natuma hadi pie chart, tuma kila kitu na niweke percentage.
But it's a good habit because if there are people like Shiro who will not confront, that's a good place to say, baby, how has it felt? If that works, if you're people who like structure, do it. But evaluate your friendships. And evaluating your friendship is not asking only difficult questions. It's also celebrating the fact that in this year, I've really enjoyed your friendship. Share your feedback alongside their feedback. So I'll send, because Shiro looks like the serious one, I'll send Shiro and I'll tell her, Shiro, this year I felt like you have done X, Y, Z. You have supported, you have been faithful, you have been a good friend, you have been encouraging, you've been supportive. And when she sends me back feedback, and then I'll tell her also, in this year, Shiro, I feel like you have not done this and this. It's also a very good place of accountability. Because Shiro can tell me in this year, we can share the goals for the year and tell Shiro, in 2020, I was to do X, Y, Z. Shiro will tell me she was meant to do this and this and this. If she hasn't done it, I give her feedback and tell her, by this, Shiro, in this year, don't be so hard on yourself. You managed to do this instead of this. Yeah. Right. So 2020, all of my close friends, napata ka form. I don't play with me, even have a logo.
No, but I really like it. I think I've never even taken it. I've never taken friendships. I've never been like that formal.
But with 25 people, you know what? They can market him. He has like a paper.
No, see, I want to mail SMS, everyone has it. So,
evaluate your friendships.
I've never done that, especially with my guy friends. My guy friends, we just meet, laugh, talk about the business. We encourage each other. This guy is going through this guy is going through that. We laugh about it. When we move on, I've never had that point of.
But I would want to know if you got something else that you brought about time.
Yeah.
Is you make enough time for your friends?
And not when you're working.
That's another question. Do I make enough time for my friends?
Because I want to pull the typical millennial says social media has really changed friendships.
It's true.
Because social media is blamed for everything.
Yeah, social media, terrorism is social media.
And
Corona.
social media is just chilling.
Corona is just
waiting for your pictures.
Pina colada in Bahamas. Like, who is that? What is Corona? I have nothing to do with it. I try and create time. Although I'm very bad at it.
Very bad. Very bad.
But I'm
struggling.
But I'm also.
You are.
But I'm also those guys where I can stay for long without talking to you.
Yeah.
And we're still good and we love each other. And I still have your back. I'm still loyal to you. It's just that maybe a lot has been happening and I haven't created a lot of time. And this COVID season is the one that actually to me challenged me and was like, you need to start spending time with your friends.
That's so powerful because not too long ago, I think I don't know when this is going to be out. If it's out this week, it was a week ago. I went to meet a friend of mine, an old friend. We were friends, I think the last time we saw each other properly was in 2016.
Wow.
In 2017 starting. And we hadn't seen each other and so much has happened in her life that I really celebrate. She's gotten married. She's about to have a baby. She's a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
And recently first it's rare, like many of my friends, we are actively doing things together and sometimes we replace that with actually intentional time with your friends. You see, by virtue of us doing this podcast, us doing this podcast together is not our friend time.
This is our friend time.
You know it.
No, but this is friends time.
It's not. This is work time because this is your work.
But we're just privileged that we are working with your friends.
And it's not spending.
That's not spending intentional time because like with her, we're like a Java from like 1 to almost going towards 5 and just catching up on time. And those are 4 years in 4 hours. Can you imagine? Yeah. It's not normal. Yeah. And for me, after that, I went to, in fact, my journal entry that night was, I must intentionally spend time with my friends because I'm realizing I'm getting so caught up.
Like, you don't know journals.
No, he doesn't.
I know journals. So I've been with her in this journey. Let's continue.
What I'm saying is be intentional in your time. And I'm learning to do it even with people who I know who don't necessarily enjoy spending intentional time. So like even with you and Shiro, I regard you as very close friends of mine. We spend a lot of activity time. We don't spend a lot of friend time.
Yeah.
That's for me, that's becoming very important. I'm going to make sure even when we're working on this time.
Actually, the last time we actually spent time was before your birthday.
What about during the birthday?
Okay.
That one doesn't count.
How?
No, it counts because that's a festivity. Shiro is saying that we went somewhere. In fact, the last time we spent proper time together was Ben's birthday. We spent the entire day with Shiro.
That was last. Oh, the day I was having the shoot.
Yeah, because
the day we got him, original.
Good kicks.
Yeah, they are
straight outer. Straight outer. You
straight out of
where outer
Majus.
is. Majus really count. But the point here is just spend some time. If your friendship is important, invest. And that's why I don't believe you have 25 people you can invest time with. Every day of your life, you'll be spending a lot of time.
We don't spend time every day. I mean, it's just like once in a while when when we have time, or when we meet each other, or I don't know, something like that. Another question that was coming in was friendship and romance, and it was how you allow me to be friends with chicks and tight friends at that. Tell us, how is that? Apart from having a very faithful boyfriend who's very mature and all that stuff. What else?
That's what they meant on friendships in romance.
Yeah.
I thought they meant the transition from friendships to...
It's two sides. There's one who asks...
Okay, so heads or tails? You don't know which one to go with.
Clowns all over.
How I allow you to have...
Yeah, how is the...
How do friendships work for you now that you're in a relationship?
Like,
men can be friends.
Do you have a lot of close male friends?
In my inner circle?
Yeah.
Luckily, I think if I speak on my experience, me and Ben are coming from the same circle. Remember, we've been friends before we dated. So
for a long time.
And we were friends for a long time. So we shared friends.
Life coach.
So the close friends that I had that were male, Ben knew them, and they were also his friends.
Yeah.
So I think in that nature, and I can only speak on my experience, unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, is that Ben knows my circle of male friends, and I know his, especially the close ones, not the ones the friendships that I've developed along the way. And I think with that, but I think if I was to give advice, is there has to be
a boundary,
and a level of trust. Because I deal with, for somebody like Ben, because Ben is very extroverted and Ben likes to make friends and make friends quick. So we have had to teach him like ABCD, we've had to teach each other and like establish boundaries. Even for him, it's a work in progress. We're not there yet. We keep learning.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. But I think boundaries and then establish trust.
Yes. For me, I'd say it's hard when you're in a relationship to have a very, very close friend who's of the opposite sex. I think it's really...
the best friend dilemma. Like, can I have a best friend?
That doesn't work. That can't fly.
So you make your boyfriend your best friend?
Yeah,
it can't work.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have a best friend who's a chick, and then or you can have a best friend who's a guy, So what about you, Nya?
Heck no.
Why so?
My best friend is either my partner, or a chick.
Yeah.
And it's very important for me because, and I want to say this categorically, a best friend relationship is very intimate.
Yeah.
Having to the opposite sex is very dangerous because you start confiding in them more than your partner. Error number one. The day they meet and they say, "Oh, Nyash didn't tell you." That's a problem. The other thing is, and I think it's a good thing because I've seen it with you guys many times. Friendships form into relationships. Even for me, that's how my relationship happened. I was friends with this guy. The friendship became really cool, and then it morphed into a relationship.
It came with this cool idea of a relationship.
Why don't we be?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And the rest is history. You digress. The point here is, my friends, is that
but
don't. I think that's very important. But also, I want to talk about boundaries.
Yeah.
The reason you make boundaries is because you define the level of friendship you have with somebody. Number one, you have your very close friends. Those ones have an uncut access to you. In fact, if you're in a relationship,
like, this you're not even telling them. This is for me. Why do I feel like this is something that will
because I was doing a show notes to how to teach Ben in his podcast.
Okay, go on.
Number one is your partner. This is a person you confide in. You tell all your stories. You tell like you are candid 100%.
Yeah.
That on the boundary, it's you guys who decide. Yeah. The next level of friendship is your very close friends / your best friends. These are the ones who you tell your life happenings, you do life with them, you can be real with them.
Yeah.
But the boundary is your partner because that's where you don't go discussing also your partner and your stories with them. Number 3 is your social friends. These are the ones Ben, mnachomanga kanyama, mnatembeanga mtaa, mnapanda matatu na wao. Those ones are different.
Wanjiru, Maldives.
Kama hawako. Social friends are different. Those ones, the boundary also defines is cut because now what you tell those friends, not what you tell your close friends. Yeah. It can't be the same thing. And it's definitely not what you can tell your partner.
Yeah.
So those three are different. Then you have your acquaintances. For you, you call them your followers.
Yeah.
These are the people who they can see your life, but they have no access directly to it beside your social media. So they will see, they will like, they'll comment, but that's as far as it goes. So these are not the ones who you go DMing, by the way, let's catch up, unless they're morphing into friendship. But you can't open up fully into their lives.
So how do you control that without looking rude? Because for me,
you don't look rude. You see, for example, like let me give you the best example. It's about boundaries.
It's just like when like their acquaintances or something, or the social friends. Like I see a lot of people get really personal on my DMs. Although Wanjiru knows about it.
Yes.
Like by the way, all the DMs that come, Wanjiru.
She actually replies to most of them. We just don't
know. You guys.
JK.
JK.
She doesn't reply.
Just
the one who
kidding.
replies most of the time, but there's always two shotguns, both on both sides of my face. I'm joking. But it's always hard for me to put the boundary because I always feel like I'm being not friendly. I'm those guys you come, we form the friendship.
A boundary is not a rude place. It's just how far you can go with a conversation. You see, like for example, let me tell you a perfect example. When we did the first podcast on grief, so many guys opened up about so many things. I wasn't ignoring. I was replying to them. I was sharing with them. I was telling them what I feel. They were sharing with me what they feel, and we had a nice even the people who even now it's like hi, like it's a catch-up relationship. But what I'm trying to tell you is, I won't tell them, hey, let's go hang out, let's go have coffee. No. What happens there ends there in that moment. And it's important because that I feel that absence of boundaries is what breaks people. Because why would Shiro feel special in her relationship if it's the same thing you're telling her, that you're telling your social friends, you're telling your best friends? There has to be a boundary.
So it doesn't have value.
It has no value, absolutely. Okay. So in each tier of your friendship, Ben, you need to give yourself a definition of the friendship. What value are you giving them? What value are you getting? And also the definition of the boundary. And for me, that's why in fact, this year, my birthday, after I drop home, nilienda home nikajiuliza, now let's assess our lives. And it's important because that made me realize the people who I need to give more time and attention to, the people who I just need to give enough time. So that thing is important.
But Ben struggles with boundaries.
Highly.
Wait, why are you saying? It's every guy.
Every man I know. Most of the guys I know struggle because they want not to be rude or lost in translation. So they feel like I need to just say what she's just saying hi. Was sharing a funny joke.
That's the thing. That's how I look at it.
Sharing a funny joke is funny, but the problem is when it goes too far, it becomes that if Shiro shares the same joke, what's the difference between Shiro and a random?
She's my baby, Shiro.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
It's cute, but you're missing the point. Sorry.
Napendanga wakora wanakosana hivyo kabisa.
Sorry, no, I'm still with you.
I mean, Nyash, I understand what you're saying, and I've been trying to lecture myself that, but it gets harder and harder for me because now there's some people who are coming in too strong, some are not coming in strong at all.
Then a boundary is not being rude. A boundary is just allow them to have conversation, but don't push the conversation.
Jamaz, I know you guys are watching this. Let me know how you deal with boundaries.
Sisters, unite.
Especially with guys of the opposite sex. Let me know. Especially for guys who are in a relationship. I'd want to know how because we had this. This was an issue actually for us in the relationship, and we even Shiro would even use. Do you see? What food did she use? She was like, "Do you see Jay-Z posting other women? Do you see Jay-Z doing this? Do you see Jay-Z doing this?"
He doesn't have an Instagram.
Oh yeah, Jay-Z's not on Instagram.
You're highly conversant with this, and we need to discuss another episode.
So, do you feel like there's something else we're leaving out on friendships? Let me open my DMs because those messages are still coming in. Nyawira, is there anything I'm leaving?
Relationships.
Yes, this one is asking how to exit friendships that don't deserve you anymore.
They don't serve.
Is there a formula? Do you start with sassy?
Evaluation form.
The evaluation form.
Hey. Let me tell you, for example, today I want to cut a relationship, God forbid, with you. So I come and I say, best friends forever. So I sit down with you and I tell you, hey, by the way, Ben, you hurt me in exercise. And it's something, by the way, even me, I'm learning. Like, be also honorable to people when you're telling them goodbye.
No, sorry. So I'm reading some of the messages. Let me.
So tell them, like, come and tell you, by the way, Ben, this and this hurt me. This and this didn't work. And I'm learning it because I'm becoming more and more honest.
Are you saying you do that?
I'm learning to do it now.
Oh, because you guys are struggling with that.
Completely.
But you guys have been shining in this episode when you guys are working on yourself, boundaries, kayaba, wall, and all that stuff. But you guys also, you have a toxic trait that you never talk to the people who have done you wrong.
It's called the cancel syndrome.
But me, I've never had anyone do me wrong.
Yeah, a lot of people do you wrong, I'm always like, not do you wrong, or the people who
do you dirty.
Are stepping on you in a way, but you never talk. I can't mention them.
Like wananikanyagia.
Yeah, or there's some people you need to cut off, and you're always struggling.
No, I think I'm understanding, but I'm also trying to see if I ignore it, if that's also a toxic trait. Because me, I don't pay. I was like, okay, you're doing it. I don't let it get to a place where it's affecting.
You always tell me you avoid confrontation. And that's what I'm saying.
So you think I should confront?
Yes, if somebody wrongs you, they need to know what they did. Like, that's so mature and straight up. And
confrontation doesn't mean violence. And I think that's the thing you're seeing. Like,
I just don't like having the uncomfortable.
You must start to have it, otherwise you're not being vulnerable.
No one likes boundaries.
You're not being authentic, Joanne.
Yeah.
Be honest. Be honest with yourself.
What about you, Nash?
I'm learning to do it because I know, similar to Shiro, I'd rather leave you, figure yourself out, and then I'll charge you the But I'm learning now to just tell you by then.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Don't worry. Wait
for me in 2 years. I'll learn.
By the time you guys are done with this podcast, your life will have changed.
That's a promise you've been giving us since you started, Ben.
Haven't you guys been changing?
We have.
So that's it for today, guys. We've been talking about friends, friendships, inner circle.
Can this podcast start with the friends?
The song.
We won't be flagged.
And then we pull down a
10 seconds.
your
I think 10 seconds.
Wow, so conversant.
Yeah,
I think. I'm not sure. It might be 10 seconds.
We can start with that song. So let us know your encounter about friendships, all the different segments that we've talked about. Thank you so much for the feedback that you guys keep giving me on the podcast. Nyawira, what do you want to say?
I have a question.
Please.
Because I don't think you said it.
Yeah.
What happens if I'm in a toxic relationship
and
as a friendship?
And you need to leave.
And I don't know how to leave.
First, do you even know it's toxic?
I know it's toxic because you know that people who, you see, you're talking to Shiro about stepping, but there are people who genuinely like Shiro can't leave. Yeah. But then a friendship that's really toxic. You know what I mean? Like they talk down at you, you keep staying, they harass you emotionally and you're okay. You know, that's a common.
To hear from you guys.
I think.
Oh, because you're not conversant. Because you're good vibes all day.
That's why I'm here. The resident scientist steps in. But you need to first evaluate yourself and see if you're in a healthy friendship. If you're growing.
Yes.
If you can be yourself. If you are genuinely happy.
Yeah. If it might be coming from you.
If it's also coming from me.
Because it could be a problem.
Sometimes when you're you're the suicide bomber there. Yeah. So it could be coming from you.
Once he said, okay.
Oh.
He's really improving.
Dark joke, but very dark. Yeah.
You get it. So you need to first of all analyze yourself. Like 2 weeks ago, I saw a very cool guy who had committed suicide. And when I checked his Instagram, there is not a single picture where that guy was alone. He was always surrounded by people. And to me, what that showed me is that a lot of us are surrounded by we're surrounded by emptiness. We are not alone.
Always finishes with the punch.
Yeah, like he has to bring it home.
Like atatuzungusha
Professor Karaoke.
Atatuonyesha
But focus, ladies. I feel like a lot of us are also surrounded by a lot of hollow people and a lot of hollow friends, and those are not friends. And maybe some of us are designed to think that we need a lot of people around us for us to have happy lives. You can just cut down that number to 2 people or 3 people, and you'll have a perfect, peaceful life. You'd rather have those 3 than have 45 or 25 or 25 who are really not there for you. You know, the void is still there and all that stuff. You have to do some things to fit into that clique, some things that you would normally not do.
They're not you.
Then that means you're in a toxic place, and it's just a matter of time, and you need to leave, you need to bounce as soon as yesterday. So this issue of friendship, it has a deeper effect even in our society today. And if you check even a lot of guys who commit suicide, most of them are never alone. Rarely do you even see lone rangers, you know.
I mean, it could cut across.
It could cut across.
There could be those who are.
Yes, there are definitely those instances where those. But I'm always shocked when I see somebody who was surrounded by people committing suicide. That means they were surrounded by people, but they were alone.
Oh, that's powerful.
And that's my takeout for today.
I guess for me, my takeout would be evaluate yourself.
Yeah.
Good job, Shiro. I give you the feedback.
No. Like, in as much as you want to know what kind of friends you have, ask yourself what kind of a friend are you.
What kind of a friend are you yourself?
Yeah. And ask your friends to ask to find out what kind of a friend they think you are.
Evaluation.
Yeah. Because I think the success to any friendship is usually the self.
That's true.
If you're not okay, if you're not 100, there's no way that the people around you.
Yeah.
You can expect
definitely
100 from the people around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, you don't need 25, 40, a million.
You have to
25.
decide what
That's how you think to yourself.
You don't need, that's me. Me, maybe niko na hizo CPUs kwa kichwa. i7, i10. No, i10, i9.
Just say the
my parting shot is you can cut down your circle if it makes you healthy or if it makes your environment healthier. Don't focus on staying with a million people who don't mean much to your life. That's it.
I think for me, my takeout or my
Take away.
touchline would be take away.
Si kitu yenye watachukua wapeke waende nayo in their life. Kama
Would
Sanford.
be-
wafungiwe.
Cyco is
Wrap up a
segment
chicken.
sponsored by Sanford.
They don't.
They don't sponsor. Maybe wakupe viazi. Uende ukajisotuko. Hata watachonga. Shika na recipe. Have you ever gone there to buy? They're always in a rush. I told you that day she went there and she's like, okay, mkono till. Hatuna till, madam. Songa kando, wewe. It was so weird. Anyway, just continue. It's the parting shot. Yeah, but then she was so hard. She's never
Then they
gone
put
back
a
to
big
Sanford.
sign, cash only. Like it's right up there. She don't know. But
And the thing
even in COVID season,
and the thing that hurts me about Sanford is that she will always go back.
It's they get their
It's a
chicken right.
toxic
They get their
relationship
chicken.
that will still take you back. I love those
With the
guys.
same employee.
Yeah.
But I think for me, my highlight is I think friendship is like a long cord. You know?
Yeah.
You don't be in a hurry to cut it, but be in a hurry to tie a knot. To stop people from moving too close to you. Nilifanya research.
Kwa laibu. Kuna malaibu. Oh,
But I haven't had that on that website.
laibu, eh? Eh, mazee, I'm old, eh?
Yeah, you are.
What are they
Then
called
you-
nowadays? What are they called nowadays?
We used to call them late.
Book joints.
Late.
Or book club. No, book clubs are different.
We digress 10,000 times.
Friendship is like a long cord.
It's like a long cord.
You don't
have to cut it, just tie a knot. It means you're the one who holds this end where they're coming to. If you put a knot there, it means that's where they stop. Boundaries. But if you cut it, you've removed them. You may need them then. You may need them. You always need people, but they don't get that thing twisted.
Practice
Always.
that, baby.
I'm learning it also, but just learn.
Always.
Don't cut off. Yeah? And tying a knot doesn't mean silence or ignorance. It just means to a certain extent and let you hear. This is how far you can go.
that's powerful.
Yeah. So don't be hurt when people can't come too close to you. But also remember, they haven't cut you, they've just stopped your movement too close to them.
Uzi yako imeishia hapo.
And the good book tells us, guard your heart.
Guard your
I
heart.
have to protect myself also. So even as Shiro said, check yourself. Even as you're guarding your heart, you may be the one hurting people. So just check your heart.
toxic one.
Exactly. But don't also be so hard on yourself. Friendship is a human activity. Means every day you're growing, every day you're learning.
Yeah.
And you know, we need people, as Nyawira has said. And here's the thing about even most of God's breakthroughs, He gives them to you through
That's
people.
right. That's right.
So if
Pastor,
you're
preach
treating
it.
people wrongly and you're treating people badly, He will give you the breakthrough, but it will be a bit complicated.
I know how utakuwa pastor.
Anyway, so thank you so much, guys, for watching through this whole episode. Let me know how it's been for you guys. Share experiences about friendships, and also, if you want us to discuss about a certain topic, about anything, you can leave it on the comment section, or you can DM any of us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on email, wherever you might find us. Make sure to subscribe. We love you. See you on the 8th episode. Number 9. Should we talk to? Follow me.
It looks so bad. Bye guys.
So, cheers, guys.